Hello, hello, it's Jane. I hope this is working. Jane and the sun. It's a beautiful day here. I think it's the first day of fall. How exciting, right? Let me make sure I've got everything working here. It looks like I do. So I'm going to get my text over to my text group people. I'm compressing a video and my computer is whirring. You should hear it. It's like, I hope it doesn't give out. All right. All done. There I am. Good morning, Shannon. How are you? You've got the sunshine there too. It must be really early there, right? It's 11 o'clock here. Oh, look at this sun. I've got it. This is a project I have to do for this area. I love all the natural light, but man, the sun comes in the morning and I'm a morning person. I like to go live in the morning and I'm going to have to put something up, some kind of gauzy, like a cotton organza drape or something. But I'm back after being absent for almost 2 weeks. Oh, Shannon, you're so sweet. She's saying, I'm great. I set my alarm so I wouldn't miss anything. Oh, I'm flattered. I hope I don't disappoint. So I've been gone, as you know. Shannon is a member of my membership, and I was live in our group with my crazy iPad. I don't know how anybody works with those. Joni, good morning. Is it hot down there still, Joni? It was like in the 40s here last night. I was loving it. I had the windows open. My poor husband had blankets on. But I dropped my phone. I didn't realize it when I was out thrifting on a stone parking lot, and it shattered the lens of my iPhone camera, and I use it for everything. Hey, Amanda, good morning. Really great to see you too. Look at all your fun stuff over there. Oh, it's Joni's down in Alabama. Joni of Weathered Wings, you guys. She's down in Alabama, and the other day it was 95, but today she's saying it's beautiful, so how nice. And Joni, I can't wait for your workshop. I'm all signed up. I'm really into the Christmas projects now. So if any of you have not signed up yet for Joni's, we're making this beautiful church and it has a wreath right on it, Joni. And I'm really excited about that because I want to make something really beautiful like that. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I was getting when I cracked my lens. And then I'm going to show you guys how to gild. This is a little sample. This is a project we did yesterday in the Surface Anthology membership. This little, it's like an antique kind of container thingy. But these are my gilded oak leaves from last year, you guys. They held up really well. Very, very bright in the sunlight. But now, today I'm going to show you how to gild some pine cones. And what I want to put them in is, let's see if I can hold this up. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Good to see you. How is it down where you are? And Shannon, how is it out west? It's like, what's the weather doing? Look at this cloche that I found. So I found this cloche for $9, and it's got this really cool, it's getting burnt out, I think, a little bit by the light. This really cool ceramic base. And this is what I was trying to get out of the shop along with these other glasses I'm going to show you. And I was losing my purse, my pocketbook, my phone fell out, but I thought this was worth it. Isn't this beautiful? And what I want to do is I want to fill this with gilded pine cones. And I thought that would look beautiful on my dining room table. But let me show you the base. So it's got this just really simple cloche top. And again, this was $9 for both pieces. And look at this base. And what you can't see, I don't think it's old, you guys, because look at the bottom. right? You could see the wheel mark. You know, they had it on a wheel. Somebody put these little things, oh my God, where's my finger? These little things so it doesn't scratch a table. It doesn't have a signature, but I don't care. The glaze has this beautiful crazing, like really, really fine, and it's really heavy. So it's going to be beautiful on my fall table. So that's one thing I found. I know, Cheryl. Isn't it amazing, Shannon? Cheryl, you had to see me. And I'm usually really quiet person when I'm shopping. I owned a store. But I had this cloche and it was kind of taped together and I'm like, I can't break it. So I asked the young man that was waiting on me, could you put it in a bag? And he's about 6'3" and he brings over this paper grocery bag. And then I'm trying to put it in on, you know, over the counter. And I also had, look at these I got. These are really cool. They're old and it says I.J. Collins glasses. And it's got an anchor there. Oh my God, here, let me reverse my hands, right? There's the anchor. These are old anchor hocking glasses and I got 3 of them for $2 each. They're almost in perfect condition. They're worth about $25 each. So I was really excited, but I had all this glass and I put these kind of in my bag and when I shoved them in my bag, my phone like popped out. And that was it. Aren't these glasses great, Cheryl? And we use these. We love to have like a pint of one of those, you know, micro brews. And they're just fab. They're really, really heavy and they keep your beer really cold. So I love these. Now, let's see. They're wicked, right? They're wicked sturdy, Cheryl. They are. And you know, I'm telling you, you know when they put this down. And I have to tell you, the same week that I broke my camera, I also dropped one of my crystal wine glasses. And my husband, we use a French press, you know, the Bodum French press. He dropped that. And I said, well, I think this must mean good luck because we're breaking a lot of glass, right? I'm 80. Cheryl, they're my pirate glasses, right? All right, let's get to, hey Kim, good to see you. You finally get to catch me live. And it's Friday, right? It's Friday. Happy weekend. All right, I'm so glad you're here, Kim. I'm going to start gilding. Now, again, I did these from last year and they've held up really, really well. These are oak leaves from my yard. And I just kind of mix them in. You do have to put like some natural ones with them because otherwise you just see this. I mean, what's wrong with a mass of gold? But it's nice to have that. Butterfingers. Cheryl, I was. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I was afraid to touch anything. I was drinking out of Mateo's like plastic cups. I'm going to lose everything. So I mix up all my, you know, I go out, I collect leaves, I collect pine cones, remember the branch, and it's really hard to see here, but I'll put this in a vase, with some gilded things, and these look really beautiful. It's very subtle, but it's the German glass glitter. So all you need, and I think I might try putting my, gilding on today with a sea sponge. Because it's kind of hard. You could brush the glue, you know, the size onto the pine cones, but I'm going to try sponging it on. So you just need some size. Size is the glue that holds the gilding on. Cheryl, wasn't that a commercial? Butterfingers? And what was that? Now I'm going to be thinking about that. Oh. But this place that I go to, it's a couple of towns away, and I think it's called Pandemonium, and they bought this old mill building in Connecticut, and it's just filled with stuff, like everything. They have a little cafe, and they do this. The people that bought it and do this, It's all for it's for animals. They rescue like exotic pets. They've got a tortoise that's like 150 years old. He's wonderful. Now, here's a little pine cone. I don't know what species this is, but there's so many different kinds of pine cones. And I'm thinking, because it's kind of got these nice flat little things, what I know there's a word for these, right? But right, the candy bar. Butterfinger, right? I'm gonna go look up that old commercial, Cheryl. I love that stuff. These are the ones, and don't be surprised if spiders pop out. These are the ones that I get that I love. I love these with glitter on them, but I'm gonna try this too. But they don't have as much of that surface that this pine cone has. So we'll see. Oh my God, look at Cheryl. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger, but with a New England accent. Now I know. Cheryl, you got a memory. I love that. I love that. I love Butterfinger too. They're so delicious. Oh, Deborah, good morning. Good morning from Florida. How is it down there today? Joni in Alabama is having a beautiful day. So I bet it's gorgeous in Florida. All right, the other thing I brought out just in case, I have my gold metallic paint. If I thought maybe I want to see how it looks, but we'll see. So first thing I want to start with is the copper. I want to see copper because, you know, it's fall and that's the color that I think of. I don't have a lot of copper leaf left in this book, so I'm going to try to do one. I think I have a couple of sheets in that set. All right, so I'm just going to take my sea sponge and squeeze it really well because we don't want that to be wet. In fact, here's my paper towels. Dry that off. Hey, Royce, good morning from Arizona. How is it out in Arizona? I wonder if it's beautiful there. I have never been, Royce. And I saw pictures of your gathering, and it looked like a total blast. All right. Okay, I'm making sure. Butterfingers pack in your teeth. Deborah's saying Butterfingers pack in your teeth so you have it later too, right? A little snack. They do, right? They stick in there. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Monique, good morning. Saskatchewan, Canada. I know how to say that. Oh, everybody knows each other. I love this. It's like our little crafting group, right? So I've got my damp sea sponge. I've got my pine cone. I'm just going to dip it into the size. You can't use regular glue for this. You got to have size because the size doesn't ever get like not tacky. You know what I mean? It stays tacky. So it stays sticky. If you use Elmer's glue, when it dries, it's going to be slick and nothing will stick to it. All right? Oh, Royce is saying, the weather is beautiful right now. Fall is my favorite. Me too, Royce. I am like loving it. Here in Connecticut, the leaves are turning. It's beautiful. Hey, Lori, Southern Oregon, and fall is here. I bet it's beautiful. All right, here we go. I'm tapping. Now my hands are gonna get covered in, that's the only thing about this. You could like put a little eye hook down here so you have something to hold on to because your hands get sticky, but who cares, right? All right, so there's one. And what you should have, and I didn't bring it over, is like a sheet of wax paper. I love wax paper. That way I can put this down, it won't stick, and it allows it to kind of dry naturally. I'll use this tissue, which is probably gonna be a little, well, actually I think the craft paper would be better. All right, so I'm gonna put that one down, and we're gonna try this one too, and let's see how it is. I'm jealous of you guys out on the West Coast with those massive pine cones. And I bet Royce, they have those big trees that make those giant pine cones. All right, same thing. I'm just gonna move around and tap on. And I think with the sea sponge, you're not wasting as much, you're not loading on as much size as you do with a brush. Okay, and we'll let that sit and come to tack. Don't let this dry out. I've had these little sea sponges for years. Just keep them wet. Dolly Jones, hello Dolly, hi. Hello, and you don't know me, I am from Ireland, hey. Hello, oh my goodness, I was in Ireland a few years ago for the first time. It's absolutely breathtaking, Dolly, absolutely beautiful. And the people were so wonderful, so welcoming and warm. I just loved it, so we want to go back. Shannon says, I trip on pine cones and they are like bombs on my car. I bet, right? But you know what, Shannon, for me to buy those West Coast pine cones, here, they're a fortune, right? They're so expensive. So I'm going to push this along a little bit and I'm going to hit it with my blow dryer just to get it to come to tack a little bit more quickly. And you don't want to blow dry your book of leaf because it will go everywhere. But usually it takes, on a dry day like this, it takes about 5 minutes. But there it is. It no longer looks milky, but it feels tacky. And then I'm just going to open my book here. And somehow I made a mess out of this book. And you also see what's happening. I've already got leaf sticking to my sticky fingers. So you want to keep things really, really clean. It's good to have like some baby wipes nearby. All right. I'm just going to take this leaf. And I'm just going to roll my pine cone just like that and press it in. And then I would say it's going to take about a sheet of leaf per pine cone that size. And the other thing is you don't have to leaf every single pine cone, right? You can, like I did with my leaves, whoops, you could have some natural pine cones to contrast the leafed pine cones. All right. Let's see how this looks. Monique says, I bought my sea sponge at Home Depot and it fell apart. Was it a large one, Monique? That's really weird. I usually get mine. I actually get mine. I used to sell those French soaps, Cheryl. What do they call? Savon de Marseille soaps in my shop. And I would buy the sea sponges from the French wholesaler. Any art store, absolutely. You could get them at art stores. My little ones are, one of them's a makeup sponge, right? I just went to like a makeup store and bought this. And you can put your foundation on with these little sea sponges. They're fabulous. No, there isn't a right and wrong side to the leaf, Cheryl, but I bet Cheryl says, but I'll bet you when you get the variegated leaf, I bet you there is. I've never used that. All right, so there, look at how pretty already. And then you just take a brush. Royce is saying there are different kinds of sea sponges. The tighter ones last longer, absolutely. And I've never had that issue before. I use the great big ones, you know, when I'm working on furniture, and I haven't had that issue. You know what, Monique? You could just bring it back and tell them. So I'm just using my brush here and brushing off the excess leaf. Oh, that is so, I just love this. And I love the copper. And usually, you know, when I teach a class and we're doing leaf, I'm like, don't worry, this is not, this is not real copper. When we use gold, it's not real gold, though you can get real copper, real gold, real silver. But I would save this because you can do the little tiny pine cones. You could leave these and you could just kind of roll them. I'll show you. I love these. But you could just roll these little tiny ones into your excess leaf. Now I'm telling you, if you, Monique is saying, Michael's only sells little pieces and they didn't look good either. Monique, I'm gonna get the link for you for the ones that I get, and I think he has a retail, and I know you're up in Canada. We'll see if he imports to Canada. Look at how beautiful that is. That is just beautiful. If you put a little eye hook in or maybe a string around, you could just string these up, over your fireplace, anything like that. Put a bunch of them. You don't have to have a cloche like this. You could just have a big, like a trifle, those antique trifle pedestal things. That's it. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's almost like fish scales. I love it. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it, right? Okay, now we're going to try this one. I'm not going to roll it in that. I will say that because I am going to do this. I'll finish all my pine cones, fill this up, and now that I have my new camera, I can take pictures. All right. Shannon Booth. Oh my God, Shannon's giving. She's letting you guys know of the latest promotion at Michael's. Oh my God, that is so funny. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Everybody's saying hello. I will be out today picking up pine cones. Deborah says, absolutely. There's our little one. Same thing. I am going to go just after some of this at the bottom because I'm running out of copper. And how beautiful would these look just hanging from a tree? Really pretty. Now, I wanted to say one other thing because I had somebody asking me about interior design, which I'm flattered because I am no interior designer. But they wanted to know like how I go about decorating and stuff. And I don't think that of myself like that I decorate my house. But when I find something like this cloche that, it's not on a shelf at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, though you could find something there. But I saw this and now I'm making something for this, right? For this cloche. And so then it's very unique. So when you guys, if you want to keep your decor about you and what you love, think of it that way. Don't fight, you could look at the trends, look at your magazines, but when you're out and about, really go for something that calls to you. And it might be something you think, oh my God, people are going to think it's weird. No, it's not weird. It's you and it's fabulous. So do that. Hey, DJ. So look at I think this one's really pretty too. Isn't that beautiful? And you just, when you get a little clumpy like that, you just take your natural bristle brush and you'll just declump it. If something like this bothers you, right, and my fingers were probably here, you could go back in, add a little bit more size, let it come to tack, and then put it right down into that copper. But look at how beautiful. I just think those are lovely, really, really beautiful fall colors. These last just like my leaves, which I love, my oak leaves, right? And we could add, I could just fill this up, right, with some little other things like this. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna have fun today with this phone, which better have a really good camera. So you guys, give this a shot. Deborah, yes, I know. I think I have a bag full of bugs next to me. This is my big plastic bag that I go. I look like a crazy bag lady. And it's just filled with pine cones. And I do, I usually when I bring them home, I put them in the direct sunlight. And the bugs don't like that, so they kind of scamper away. The pine cones that have the sap, I do put on a cookie sheet in the oven with a piece of parchment paper, and I put it on really low because you got to get rid of that sap, because it's like the Christmas Vacation movie when Clark is trying to turn the pages. It just gets on everything, and if it got onto my glass cloche, it would just make a mess, right? Oh, Royce, thank you. Hey, Royce, you guys, you know Royce, right? And she has that beautiful decoupage paper that I have to get. Royce, have you ever decoupaged leaves? Have you ever been able? I gotta try that. That might be really cool. But yeah, the natural elements, right, Cheryl? They're really beautiful. And, look, I'm gonna sit here and kind of move these around. You can get like some of those really beautiful dried flowers, or I planted years ago when we first built our house, the milkweed for the butterflies. The milkweed pods, you can leaf the inside of the milkweed pods. But Royce, now I'm thinking, can you decoupage like leaves in the inside of milkweed pods? Maybe I have to try that. I did do the leaves. Yep, and it does go, Cheryl, right? This goes with any decor. You can do these leaves silver if you want a really, really cool, beautiful, kind of dramatically different. It really is. Gold is so warm. You can mix it all up. I could add some silver to this. So I'm going to bring this out today, you guys. I'm going to take some pictures so you can see it done. But how beautiful is that? And this is probably going to go... I am going to have to put something down here to hold these steady, because I want to put this up somewhere in my house as fall decor. Like, that's totally me. I just think it's really cool. Right, Royce? We got to try it. Get out the decoupage. And you can really, right, add, imagine adding decoupage leaves and different things to this little arrangement, right? And Shannon is asking, do you have to wait for the leaves to turn, or can you do it when they're green? I waited for the leaves to fall, and you probably could, but that's one of the things. You know what I always say, test, 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 and see if it works. Deborah's saying we have magnolia leaves. See, those would be really beautiful. I would have to go to my neighbors and steal the leaves. Oh, Royce doesn't have any leaves falling there. Gold and rose gold. Oh my God, Cheryl, I'm going to look for rose gold for November and December. Silver for January and February. That would be absolutely beautiful. Cheryl, I'm a rose gold nut. So I'm going to look to see if I can find anything like that. Hey, Laura, thank you so much. Hey, Deborah. How are you? Would you like magnolia pods? Magnolia pods. I don't know what that is. I found this weird thing in here. Is this a magnolia? I don't know what this is. I don't know where I got it. But I'm one of these people. I see something. Uh-oh. My thing is I'm gonna freeze, guys. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. Thank you. Let's see. Can you see me still? Did I freeze there? Oh, this is making me crazy. I think I just collect this stuff. I think if you want to do it green, Shannon, I would test it, see if it works. Oh, and Deborah's saying some pods still have the red in them. So I think I just got back on I got a little warning sign there. So you guys, I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push my luck. Thank you so much for joining me after 2 weeks of not being live. I'm really excited to be here back again with my new camera. Cheryl's telling me I'm back. Yes, yay. I'm going to go look for rose gold. Royce, I'm going to try doing some decoupage leaves, and I'm going to go see about the inside of the milkweed pods for sure. So I'm going to look for that stuff. Again, thank you all for joining me. And Danielle, hey girl, good to see you. She's going to watch the replay. We were joined today by Joni of Weathered Wings, by the way. I'm taking her new workshop, and Royce of Royce Cycled. I'm so honored to have 2 other creatives along with all you creatives joining me here today. So everybody have the most wonderful weekend. Go out in nature, see what you can find, and happy painting, everybody. I'm going to see you next week.